Hey guys, I thought I would record a quick video. So essentially what it is that we're building is a platform that's going to help content creators automate their entire brand partnership process so they can offload the responsibility that they would give to a manager to the tech that we're building. They no longer have to give up 20% of their business in order to manage themselves effectively. So what that looks like long term is automating the entire brand partnership process from outbounds to inbounds to negotiations to contracts all the way to payments and everything in between. Where we started with our MVP is we started by automating outbounds for creators. So what that looks like is over the last 9 months, we've been consolidating this large database of brands that are running paid campaigns with creators. And we log one of those brands. We also log all of the different creators that they're working with and the metrics behind them, which essentially gives the brand almost a profile of who they're looking to work with, right? And so what our theory was and what we've proven is that if you and I are similar creators, if a brand is working with me and my audience, they're definitely going to want to work with you and yours. And so essentially we have a matching algorithm that will display for our creators a dashboard of brands that are running paid campaigns with creators just like them that they can then automate the outreach process to. Essentially, it's a smart CRM that tells you what to do and how to do it. So here's what that looks like. Like I mentioned, we have our Discover dashboard. These are matches with brands that are working with creators, just like the profile that I have on right now. And these get updated daily. If you want to learn more about a brand, you can go ahead and click into them. You can see a short description, the last 9 Instagram images of that brand. And they can also see a handful of the data points that are going into that matching algorithm score. And so this is super helpful for 2 reasons. One, to kind of provide social proof for a brand if you don't know them and you recognize the creator. And two, more realistically, it gives you kind of content ideas and helps you pitch yourself to the brand so that you do have a higher conversion rate. If you want to go ahead and pitch yourself to one of those brands, you can hit the pitch button on top of any of the cards, and you can choose one of the templates that we've provided for each step in the process. So we have created these templates with brands, with creators, with managers, and they're the perfect skeleton for what goes into a successful pitch, how to share your rates, how to negotiate those rates, just kind of for each step in the negotiation process. All these templates are also completely dynamic, meaning these blue kind of variables here will populate with the information that we have in our database. And that's super helpful if you want to then automate this process. So if you wanted to, you could go ahead and kind of queue up as many brands as you wanted, and then hit the queue button, pick a template, and send out one mail merge. Again, which instead of having to hit copy and paste a million times, it'll make sure that it reaches out to the proper representative at each brand within our database. All of this is done dynamically through Gmail. So July is actually invisible throughout this process. It's just directly from you, the creator, to the brand contact that we've scraped. Again, a higher conversion rate for our creators. Once you start to do this, it can get really messy. You're sending out 12 dozens of emails each day. And so anytime you send out a pitch, this brand card will actually get removed from your Discover dashboard and tossed into your deal flow, which is just a Kanban board. Sorry, these all say July because it's a test account, but essentially you can organize your process however you want. You can move them into the different stages. You can move these stages around, rename them. We really want to kind of meet creators where they're at in their organization and their workflow process. Finally, we have templates. So like I mentioned, templates for each step in the process. We've made these with industry leaders on all accounts, and they get updated pretty often. We create new ones, and we always provide updates as to why we're making those changes and kind of why they're better. So that is the current state of the MVP. One of the main questions is how is this different from like a brand marketplace? It's actually, we only work entirely 100% by and for creators like a manager would. So we're not partnered with any of these brands. These are like the best contact information that we've found for a cold outreach pitch. But we also work alongside brand marketplaces. So we firmly believe that as a creator, if you're trying to optimize your revenue, you kind of have to be a part of all those different marketplaces. And those are done well in a lot of ways. But then you're managing multiple inboxes. And so July kind of sits on top of that entire like industry or ecosystem. And so what that looks like is what we built out now is outbounds. What we're building out next and what we're about to release is inbounds. So no matter where you get an inbound opportunity from, whether it's from your DMs, whether it's from your Gmail, or whether it's from one of those various marketplaces, they will all flow into July that's sitting on top where you can kind of manage and organize all the different conversations. And then once we do that, we'll be moving into the automation piece. So smart suggestions, pricing calculators, automatic responses, chatbot negotiators. July will have the opportunity to, if a creator wants to completely put their business on autopilot, like they would if they hired a manager, we'll be able to manage that for you and can only give you, I say we, our tech, only give you brands that are within your desired pay range, what you're looking for in a partnership, just like a manager would. So happy to answer any questions that you might have or explain anything further, but that is kind of a very high level overview of what we're working towards and what we have now. Thanks, guys.